Okay.
It's Meldo, and you are a bat.
Nice. I'm into it.
Wait, what game is this?
We're playing.
This is our weekly Catan session.
Oh, I thought we were playing Masquerade, the Vampire.
Oh, vampire. Oh,
Yeah. Well, the art on the screen would imply that we were playing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's going.
All right. It has been a long hiatus. So I'm sure all of you remember exactly what happened last time. You went through all your notes. You made sure you crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's. You all, of course, were at Baron Veer's mansion, a place also known as the Censor House, where you were destined to go because of this shipment, this cargo airship that you stowed upon, eventually overtaking. You decided to drop off the shipment because you were worried about these things that were following you that were somehow contractually tied to the agreement of this ship, that these seekers that would come after you if you don't deliver what you are intended to. Doing so, you lost the entire crew, basically. I mean, if any of them survived, they've run off away from the danger. Flicker Wisp was one of the crew. And he has tried to cobble together a ghost crew with his unseen servants, along with Jameson. While meanwhile, you guys ended up fighting some strange magical beasts that somehow are attracted to arcane power. Max, you determined that the likely thing that they were attracted to, I believe, was this cloak that you are now wearing. It is a cloak of... What was that cloak? Ah, yes. Cloak of the Plain... No, Cloak of Plain Shepherd.
Man. I thought it was
In
Cloak
which-
of Hotness.
No. In which you can create a small bubble of planar effects around yourself that affects allies or otherwise in the same way, depending on which plane you select. So... After having defeated those magical beasts, you all sort of discussed for a long time where you're headed next. You recuperated a bit with Baron Veer. I will say at this time, you all could have stayed multiple days and rested. This place seems to be secure. If you wish, you could just basically hand wave and say, yep, we rested and did multiple days worth of things here while we had time.
Medulver specifically appreciates you for that.
Okay.
I was at 21 hit points.
Yeah, you guys were roughed up. I mean, if not for the fact that Lanray used that dagger of disintegration at the exact right moment and struck the guy who was literally about to just absolutely fuck you guys up inside the house. That was the turning point, because those three, the three gnomes that appeared, I forgot, I guess, this part, the three gnomes that appeared are part of this group that Ivandir, you believe, was also part of, the Dormant Root, that is like not a cult, but like a organization that believes in the restoration of gnomish greatness to a bygone era. You guys were able to defeat them, even though they are extremely high-level arcanists, by using some of the toys that you have gathered along the way. So, yeah, go ahead and rest up, reset all your spells. You guys have been here for a couple days.
So there was Ivandir, the three gnomes that we killed, and there's probably three other gnomes and Lady Velatrate.
You know of the other gnome that was also a stowaway on the airship. He was part of this Dormant Root. He had mentioned, trying to get back this crystal shard that you guys have found on his person. Investigating it, you determine that this particular shard is essentially a piece of the shell of the universe. It is a perfect piece of material that can somehow absorb and dispense arcana in a means and method that is beyond kind of even Max's comprehension. and he was attempting to get this piece back to the dormant root.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
No, I am.
Since Max has those sleeping spells and we have like a bedroll that's special and all that, can we, if we're here a couple days, can we just go to max HP?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if you're here a couple days, reset your spells. Like, start from scratch here.
But we don't have to like do the actual healing math, do we?
No,
go all the way to max.
Yeah, you guys. If you guys take a couple of days, like you guys between the various methods, I know that you can recapture a full day or a full health for all of you. You can hear my toddler crying.
Have you started keeping track of the things that cause her to cry?
Oh, yeah. She just wants us to keep coming back to her room after midnight.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's not great.
She'll just cry like something horrible is happening until one of us gives in and finally goes up.
There are occasions when toddlers will cry for absolutely ridiculous things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like the other day when she threw a stuffed doll out of her bed and then, nat 20. and then screamed about how her thing fell out of her bed. Finnery, what are you doing with that craft poison check?
I'm actually crafting poison. I always forget to do it, but since we're hand waving, that's my.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to make poison, which is.
Okay, yeah, just send to me in Discord what specific thing you were looking at. That was as good as you're going to get. Okay, so, I mean, there was some discussion of you all trying to utilize this airship and going. Medolfir, you had mentioned, just not to step into your character, but you had mentioned you did want to return back to the ritual space at La'ask Sardat, now thinking that you have figured out where you went wrong in sort of following that path. Some of the rest of you talked about going to Evspire, which is on the far reaches of the planet. I think it was Aldergrig was discussed at one point in Dwarven territory. But, yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys where you want to take this airship. Flickerwisp says he thinks he can fly it? Question mark?
Joy.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Max is okay with going to Medolfir's thing if he thinks that we have a higher chance of success this time, yeah.
Well, so it's either I think I know what the problem was, like where I need to go, or I'm gonna die as soon as I attempt it. So this, but yeah.
I mean,
So there's
this time you
there's that.
have a chance of like blitz running it and just like bam, 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 trying to run it as quickly as possible.
GM, just general reminder of out of session conversation at the end of that last session. And I guess I may need to, or Medolfir may need to sweet talk Max out of some whetstones.
Yeah, so go ahead. Talk to Max about it.
So Medolfir is gonna approach Max and be like, "Hey, how many of those whetstones do you have left?"
All right, hold on.
I actually have no idea how much you have left.
Max is gonna do a motive.
Are you using diplomacy or a bluff?
Hey,
of any kind?
Finnery got to roll dice. I want to roll dice.
Yeah, it's been a while. Roll the dice.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, I'm not great at either, so let's just pick one here. Oh, that's -3. It's all -3. Okay.
It's all -3.
So it's
Wait, check to see if you're still raging. You might not have debuffed.
I did. I checked.
Oh, okay. That's just your normal charismatic nature.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Charisma
standard
is definitely not high.
Mhm.
I don't know where I'm getting the -2 from. I'm getting -1 of it from charisma, though.
Is there like a feat that or a flaw maybe?
I can check.
Nah,
It's probably from your berserker status right now because you still haven't figured
Oh
it out.
yeah. Yep, that's right. So yeah, let's I don't know.
Rodolphir
how
right
this-
now, ever since this issue has arisen, like you just notice that he has flop sweats randomly. Like there's just like this smell on him.
He
at
just
times.
seems so he's just on cocaine. Berserker is just cocaine. Gotcha. He's like running back and forth for no reason.
But it's like when
his
the
eyes are real
Jumping
twitchy.
it's like at the end of the high of the cocaine. It's like the kind of desperation taking over part of the cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's under the
This is
dregs
totally,
of the adrenaline.
He's pulling off his best Randy Savage impression.
Mhm, mhm. So here we go. Okay. Max, as best as I can say, is like you observe Rodolphir as looking kind of like a junkie who's like approaching, be like scratchy a little bit, like, "Hey Max, you got any more of them Whitstones?"
You know, you're lucky. I have like pre-dusted for you if you're looking to snort it. He's like,
You have-
yeah, he's reaching into the bag of holding to like try to find the little like it's probably like in a little pouch or something. It's
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
like loose dust, but yeah, he's like, I know it's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what you want, right? You want the dust.
Did Baronveer give an indication of approximately how much mass of Woodstone he would need?
You guys have taken a lot of his stuff, so no. He was just like, "Oh, you have Whitstone? That's interesting. I need all of it to help you."
Darrenveer's the guy, right? He's the wizard
Yeah,
that I like.
he's-
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I say, okay, so if you don't need the dust, Rodolphir, because Rodolphir's probably like looking left and right in his berserker still, like
Yeah.
twitching his eyes, and Max is like, oh, maybe he doesn't want dust. Maybe, okay, well, we have like 12 of the large Whitstones in here. I mean, it's gonna take a little while to find them, but do you need it right now?
Well, I think Baronveer needs them. I asked him to tend to a little bit of my my armor.
Okay. Oh yeah,
And
Max is like,
maybe make it a little more special.
yeah, so like Max is like reaching like all the way up to his shoulder into the bag, trying to find
Mhm.
these dozen large Whitstones.
Yep.
And hand it
Ooh, that's
over.
right. Reach
got a bunch of
deep
them.
in there.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
you know. Okay, so when I was in college, one of my my lady friends RA was in animal husbandry, and one morning the the RA was like, "Hey, Omid, you want to go out to the animal farms this morning?" And I was like, "Sure." So like 6 a.m. we go out there, and she goes into her locker and pulls out the largest glove I've ever seen in my entire life. It goes all the way to her shoulder.
I know where this is going.
Yep. So, Dylan, I witnessed amazing things.
You have found with much less effort than you have let on the 12 Whitstones. Pretty sure they like pop up when you just think about it with your bag of holding.
Well, it's not in the haversack.
Oh,
The haversack
that's
would
right.
do that, but the
The
bag of
haversack.
holding you have to look for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's around. It's not crazy. I'm just
Yeah.
being ridiculous. It's 12
Um,
items, so it does take some time to get them. But,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
Max can't help saying moo while he's finding them though. Sort of like it's like just subconscious, you know, like he doesn't even know he's mooing.
You got about 12 large Whitstones. Are you presenting those to?
I mean, if there's no complaints from Max or anyone else in the group, I mean, I don't know how many he's going to need, right? And I don't know what the outcome of what he's going to do with them is going to be. So, you know, I don't know if the value of what he's going to be able to do is
I mean,
worth the
they're
value of the
1,000
Whitstone. So,
They're 1,000 GP each, but also you said that Belvedere, whatever his name is, Mr. Belvedere wants these to help you. So Max is not going to like argue against it. He's like, here, yeah, sure. I trust that guy. I trust you. You know.
So what is it
Okay.
you're trying to accomplish in your
And
armor?
the only thing I might say is, do we need any of these for when we go back to try to decurse you or whatever.
Well,
That's
the
all
only
it
thing I
is.
can think of is we're going to need something to put in the little lamp to get out of that area.
Okay.
Do you remember where we go to cross the bridge? It has to be something of significant magical
Right.
value. I can't remember what we put in there before, but it was I think it was a large woodstone.
Yeah. So but I hand you all of them regardless, and I'm like, just keep that in mind. I don't know.
Well,
But-
the only other thing I would say is we still need to support Flicker Wisp because he needs to create a bunch of constructs so we can actually fly the ship. I don't know what that's going to take, but I think we probably do need to invest in some transportation thing for the whole team.
Yeah.
Putting that out there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
You did
So-
get like a construction diagram to build a iron dragon at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you did with that.
We still have it.
think-
I remember that.
Yeah, I think we gave we at least let Flicker Wisp look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the Ironworm Golem manual is in our bag of holding.
Gotcha. So,
So
Middlefield,
to answer the question,
yeah.
to answer that question, I mean, obviously mend it back to where it was, but what I put in there was like, if he's able to enhance it any further, anyway. I don't know if like maybe enhancing by more damage reduction or a higher buff to AC or some other effect that's not already on it, depending on
Yeah,
the value of.
He
Go
could add a +1 pretty simply to it, or a +2 even to it for, I believe a +2 would be a 4,000 gold, or 4,000 gold value. So it would take 2,000 gold worth of materials. You could even do a +3 on it, or equivalent effects. Right? You could always do something that's equivalent to that as long as you have the +1 on top of it. So, like, there's options. You could do like a +1 and then a level 2 or 1 spell effect continuously on it, potentially. I mean, this guy knows how to do some crazy spells. So, if you're supplying the Witstone, 12,000 GP worth, it can get you. It can even get you a +4 in terms of material if he's willing to do it for you.
Well, with that in mind, I didn't know what the exchange of value was, right? So that might be not +4, but like maybe up to like +2 plus maybe a spell effect. But it was something I would need to kind of ponder over, like what might be nice to have. So
Yeah,
I don't
keep
know
in
how long
mind-
we're going to be here.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Each 1,000 GP of value takes a day to craft. So, if you're trying to stick around for like a few days, keep that in mind.
Well, I mean, so like in essence, like if we can kind of retcon the conversation of getting the Witstones to like the beginning of the time when we were starting resting and said we're going to be here a couple of days, right? So
Yeah.
okay.
So in that couple of days,
Ooh.
you could have, I would say in the quote unquote couple days, I'll say that you guys could stay for 4, a couple equals 4, sure. And with that, he could easily accomplish a +2 impact. That could either be like a level 1 spell plus a +1 on it, or Finry Flicker Wisp could do also enchanting other things. I mean, always remember that also, Midolfir. But his selection capabilities is far less than this guy, and this guy can only craft one thing at a time. But yeah, you guys
Right.
queue up if you want.
So the level of spells that add bonuses to stats, those are, I can't remember in 3.5. Are those level 2 or level 1? Like bears endurance and stuff like that.
So yeah, for the very typical ones, you could just find the list. So there's a magic items index here. I'll should be here. The basic creating magic armor. I think it has sample ones in here too. Sorry, please hold.
Here, I do have a question too. Adding like plus magical pluses for armor class to the height of yep, would that cancel out? Like I've got that ring of protection +1, right? Would making the armor get back to its damage reduction to its base and then adding a +1 to that, would that nullify the +1 from the ring of protection?
The damage reduction you got was from the materiality of it, and he said he could do that with like the high level sorcery, like wizardry, and fix that part of it using some patch materials he has around. So that's unaffected. So yeah, you can add the +2, +3, whatever on top of it, and that's unaffecting the damage reduction. That's coming from the material.
No, I meant does so I've got a ring of protection +1.
Uh-huh.
Does adding AC bonus to this armor
it
like,
stacks.
You can't. It stacks. That's sorry. That's what it's okay.
Yeah, the bonus, the magic bonuses on like armor, etc. Those would stack unless.
Is it enhancement on both? Because then they wouldn't stack.
The ring of protection is.
But it's specifically so when you do it on an armor, it becomes a +3 armor enhancement, versus the ring is a +1. What kind of AC?
Deflection bonus.
Deflection. So those are different bonuses when you do it. Yeah.
I was just unsure about what the bonus type on an armor that's magically enhanced was.
Yep, and shields are different than armor too, so those stack too. Shields, you get a +3 shield bonus to it, or +2 shield bonus. Anyways, the link is there. There's some various ones that are like pre-built in that you can see the costing of. So like there's a armor of slick that's there. That's $37.50, I believe. So.
Ooh. Okay. Let me peruse this list while others are.
I'm okay with, as long as we don't utilize it this session, I'm okay with you like thinking on it and coming back, and I'll allow it to be retconned to the point of like, quote, you just aren't wearing that armor in this session, but because you just haven't gotten used to it, you're like, I need to figure out all this arcane stuff. If you're open to that, just so it doesn't affect this session.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Okay. So we can retcon back to it. And Finry, same thing to you. If you have something in mind that you don't want Flickerwiz to make, I'm willing to retcon it back after the session so you guys have a chance to think about it. And actually, I'll extend that to Max too. If there are spells that in this period that you want to learn from him, we can do that after this session as long as it doesn't impact the meta of this session.
Cool, man.
All right. So with that aside, shopping episode closed. Now, travel episode opened. Where are you guys thinking about going?
What was the net result of the Mad Lib? Like, where was the place that we picked?
You guys did pick Evaspire, which is crazy far across the world map. It is on the edges of the eastern, like, Yivanoth, unincorporated pirate lands. I will pull you there.
On the world map, it's the circle on the far right.
Yes, it is that circle on the far right of that archipelago.
And right now, we're kind of in that little purple circle that's like...
Yeah, you're right by that purple circle, which is not... That purple circle was added a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not from this... What you're doing right now.
Which purple?
It's hard for me to click it
without
actually clicking the map.
The one, is it the one to the east of the mountain caps or to the west?
We're in the Crag Wilds, I think.
Yeah, it is. Let me draw.
Oh, okay.
The easiest
All right.
way. It's this.
So between the two ridges near the lake. Yeah.
Yes. And that, you guys remember marking that on your map from Ivan Deer's like little diary thing he talked about?
So the way Max thinks of it, like, Modolfir's thing is on the way, right? It's way
Yeah, but
closer.
Old Fears was on the edge. You believe that it aligns to this X down here. This map, because it's clickable, is tricky to draw on. It's this X down here.
Yeah.
So, like, kind of on the way to Evaspire, if that is a place you guys want to go. The reason why you guys were thinking about Evaspire was, like, Lanray in his ship travels, if you remember Lanray, of course, had heard of artifacts being traded from this kind of pirate colony out on Evaspire. And not only do they trade in those things, but people usually know how to track artifacts back to sources and what it means. Like, if it's moved around this continent, Evaspire is usually where it's been smuggled through, if it's expensive.
Ooh,
Yep.
Interesting.
I think I know what I want.
Okay. Just message me on
I-
Discord.
Okay.
Or you can say it out loud here if you want. If you want it to be for the
Well, so it would require a base +2 bonus add, but the spell resistance 13.
Oh, so you're just doing like a straight up spell resistance one.
Well, it according to this table, that requires that there be at least a +2 bonus to the armor. So it'd be +2 bonus, and then special ability of spell resistance 13. That's the way I'm reading this, right?
The way that, it's really complicated. 3.5 makes it super crunchy for magic items. So the way that works is it's a +2 equivalent pricing. So certain spell effects, they use this kind of pricing bonus. So +2 essentially means that spell resistance is +2. So that would be, the equivalent of that would be a 4,000 gold item.
Yeah, that's not a
Okay,
prerequisite.
so
That's equivalent cost of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, I got you. So in order to do that with a +2, it would be 8,000.
No, the whole thing for an SR13 would be 4,000. If you went with the plus, that is the total price. That already incorporates the fact that you have to have a +1 on it to start. I believe. Let me double check. Let me read it.
Yeah, but if he wants a +2 and he wants the spell resistance, it would be 8,000, right?
If you wanted a +2 and the spell resistance, it would be a +4 total bonus, which is actually 16,000.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 2 to the X times 2,000. Did I do that right?
So
the X
going back. Okay, so if I just did spell resistance 13, there would be no pluses to the armor.
Yeah, I'm reading that as let me see the footnote here. It's add to the enhancement bonus. So specific to spell resistance, it is added to the bonus. So it would a +2 spell resistance, which is the spell resistance 13, would be a total +3 cost, which is 8,000 gold.
But the base stat of the armor would give me +2 to my AC, and I would have the spell resistance.
The regular regular armor bonus would apply. Then you would get a +1 as the lowest amount that you could do this with, and then then you would get the spell resistance 13.
Wait,
That's what would cost 18. Or
I'm
8.
reading this. The little footnote in that chart to the link you sent.
Mhm.
It's got the one. If you look down, it says add the enhancement bonus on table blah 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 to determine total market price.
Yes.
So, is that what you meant by if it's a +2, then it's the +2?
One thing I haven't.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, one thing I haven't caveated: all magical items require a baseline of a +1 enhancement. So, like, if you're going to add any kind of magical effect, the SRD requires you to have a +1 first, and then add magical effect. So that is also true about spell resistance. So when it says +2 is the cost of the spell resistance, that's added on top of the fact that you have to do a +1 just to make it a magic item to start. So that's why it's 8,000 gold to have a spell resistance 13 armor as like the minimum cost. Does that make sense? I know it's super brutal.
Yeah, I think you're
It's-
absolutely right.
It still doesn't really make sense because.
Which is great for Midolfir because that's perfectly in character.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, the way I'm reading that, and even in the explanation you're telling me, according to that chart, if I wanted a +2 armor bonus to the armor, as well as the
So you want a
The
+2 enhancement
resistance.
bonus.
Yeah,
yes,
I got you.
A-
That would
as
be
well
a plus
as
4.
the spell resistance. Oh,
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Now that makes sense. Okay.
Yep. But the baseline minimum you would need is just the +1 plus the SR13. So that would be a +3. But if you want it to be even more, then that would be a +4. That costs 16,000 gold. In material, that means it's 8,000 gold. Finley
The market price would be 16,000. The
Right.
creation price would be 8,000.
Bingo. To answer Finry's question about the wounding is also a +2 bonus. So same thing. If it's you have to have the +1 on the weapon to start, and then the +2 bonus is for the wounding. So it's a total of a +3 cost, which is 8,000 gold of market price.
For 2 or for 1?
For the +2 wounding bonus, it is 8,000 gold of market price. So you guys could actually
that.
have, you guys could. Oh yeah, for each. So that's for each kukri. Yes, that's correct.
So I would need something like 16K.
You would need 16,000 is the market price. So to do both of you would need 8,000 of Whetstone. So to summarize, Modolfir, you could do the +1 with the SR13, and Finry, you could get one of your kukris with the +2 wounding together in the course of about a week, and with the Whetstones that you guys have in hand.
Can I throw cash at them?
Sure. I don't think you would need it because 12 Whetstones is enough to do both.
Okay.
Right, but don't we need to keep one of the Whetstones just so we can get back out of the altered dimension across the bridge?
We do need to keep 1 or 2 Whetstones.
Okay. So yeah, you could throw in you have jewels also. He would take jewels as well.
Yeah, we have 2 fairly large emeralds in the bag of holding, and we have that ridiculous diamond, but that diamond might be useful for something else later.
Yeah. Just when people die.
Mm-hmm.
So my out of character thoughts on this is the spell resistance is going to help me avoid nasty little
Oh yeah,
spells.
that's why
spells. Yeah,
that's why I asked if Max can throw cash at it, because he totally wants you to do that. Must keep Meat Shield alive.
And then the AC bonus just gets me up to 18 AC. So
Well, does Lanray, do you need anything? I don't want to.
yeah, I mean, I think we have enough wealth between all of us that we could probably manage a good little upgrade piece for everybody, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think right now. I'm actually not. I need to research if I can get a slightly better bow or some additional sort of equipment or armor that would buff me a little bit more. But in general, I'm not hurting for anything per se.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've got Modolfir has 1,776 gold coins he's carrying around, so that can be added to the value needed for all this. Yeah, I mean, Modolfir doesn't amass wealth to have wealth. Those are trinkets in which to trade for things to make him better at fighting.
So, just to capture Modolfir and Finry's side, Finry, do you want to go ahead and try to find some goods on you all to go ahead and do both the kukris at the +2 wounding as well? Because I could just out of session calculate up which things you'd have to disappear to get all of that to work.
I mean, I can try to, I do have some gems and stuff, and I got a good amount of gold. I haven't really spent my money on anything.
Mm-hmm.
The only other things I wanted to get was, I need the equivalent of the ring that I had before as whatchamacallit that Max has now, the one that lets you not sleep, basically.
The Ring of Sustenance.
Yeah,
It's not sleep. I think it's not eat.
It reduces the amount of hours per day you need to sleep to gain the benefits of 8 hours of sleep.
Oh, okay. But I still have to sleep 8 hours for spells, don't I?
You don't have to sleep 8 hours for spells, but your spells only reset once a day. Is the better way to look at it.
Yeah, it doesn't break your need for time to reset spells, but it does break the need to sleep.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, that's only 2,500 gold. It's actually a pretty cheap ring.
It is.
If you really want it, Max will just give it to you. Like, it's up
I
to
mean,
you.
it was his.
Yeah. Like, Max is
Don't
not
think
like
off his
he's
dead
not
body.
treating it like Gollum. You know what I mean?
He's like,
precious.
technically.
It's not that big. It's a pretty cheap thing, and the only reason I would do it because I feel like my guy would not sleep by nature. So
Yeah. You kind of mentioned this at some point around Baronveer when you guys were all discussing stuff, and he's like, "Oh, unfortunately, that's a cleric divine spell. And even though I am capable in many different art forms of the arcane, that is not when I don't really get down with the gods."
Yeah, Max can give it to you if you really want, man. I don't care.
that's fine. If you don't need it, or if it doesn't do the things for you, then I'm not going to say no.
All right, I put it into the bag of holding. Just take it.
And I actually need advice because I am essentially a glass cannon, which has been made clear to me in the last several fights. So either I have to I can cast armor, but it doesn't really last a long time on me. Whatever the
Do you have any items in your neck slot that you're wearing?
Chronocharm of the Horizon Walker is a neck one.
The thing that I have is I have armor spell that I can cast on myself, which I am tempted to do because it's technically better than my standard armor. Need to do that. It makes things more complicated because I don't it's not going to last the whole day. It's only going to last 11 hours. So I eventually want to get to the point where I don't wear armor. I just cast mage armor and roll around.
So I got 2 items I could give you. I've got a bracers of armor +1, which isn't that great. And I got an amulet of health +2, which gives you +2 to constitution.
Well, my question is actually a little different. If I'm going to do this enchantment, I can either get my coop enchanted with wounding, which lets it do con damage, and then I can just run around. I actually hit the count, and so if I got them both enchanted with wounding, then I would just be doing a ton of con damage in addition to my damage. Or I could just be more survivable. So it's like, do I need to double down on attack or try to fix the defense? That's the question.
Amulet is also, by the way, a neck item.
There's no creatures that can hit you for damage if there's no creatures alive to do so. Hey, by the way, I'm looking in the bag of holding. There's that jar of goo that we still have that was never identified. This is literally just a jar of goo.
I love miscellaneous jars of goos.
Oh, I could cast. I mean, since we've got multiple days, I could have cast Identify on it. Is that the only thing using identification?
Looks like it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll cast that.
Where is that in the bag of holding?
It's
now I
near
see
the
it.
top. It's under equipment.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, yeah.
I don't know why a jar
is
is an equipment, but yeah.
It just is. Okay, yeah, you know what it is. You determine it is a Kyogtam's ointment. It's a unguent. It contains 5 applications. You can put it upon any poisoned wound or swallow it, and it detoxifies any poison and neutralizes it. It
Nice.
also could be applied to a diseased area and remove a disease. Or it could just be rubbed onto a wound and cure 1d8 plus 5 of damage. So
That's multi-use.
it is.
It's triple antibiotic ointment.
It really is. It's like Windex on any kind of ailment you have.
Is that a big guy?
Holding? I don't really remember where it is.
It's under the head and shoulders icon, under the actor's icon at the bottom, stuff in Max's bag of holding.
Yep.
But like where you would go to open up your character.
All right. So I'm going to return back to the idea, since there's so many different variable options of how to do magic items right now, and you guys, should take
Yeah.
a moment to
Yeah.
think about it. We'll just retcon that. It won't affect this session. But if you have any further questions, I can definitely help on the Discord. I'll say you guys are here for as long as whatever item you guys pick. This seems to be a chill enough place. His mansion is well equipped. So, Flickerwisp has numerous times reached out and said, like, okay, I have loaded up with as many unseen servants as I am capable of casting at any given time, which is sustained. Each day I have to replace the ones that disappear. Jameson is assisting in sort of figuring out the arcane nature of the engines. He's like, I think I can fly this if there's a place we're going. Just keep in mind that I'm not necessarily going where you guys are going, so I'm willing to fly this thing and maybe hang around, but my danger days are over.
Quitter.
Yeah, he's in retirement. So,
This
You guys
is
wanna-
Flickerwisp?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, he's like, I'm too old. I'm 700 years old, Max. I am too old to keep going around gallivanting. I know I look young, but I can't, that's racist of you to mention.
Max
I'm very old.
Max leans down, sticks his index finger on his right hand out towards Flickerwisp and says, "Age is a number, dude."
Yeah, mine is a very large number. My back hurts. And I don't even know how time works on this plane versus where I came from. I could be thousands of years old on this time scale. I have no idea. So, are you guys going to Lost Sardat, or at least attempting to?
Max believes in you, man.
Yeah, it might be the end of Medulfer. So basically, I guess Medulfer would have this conversation.
Mhm.
He remembers when we were on the other side of the bridge in that area. We came to the one big room that had the big hole that we couldn't see the bottom of, and it seems to him through reflection that his test, or the culmination of his test, was actually in that hole. So basically, he's saying he needs to return to Lost Sardat to get back into that room and actually jump in or go into that hole somehow.
Okay.
Because all the points for Lost Sardat pointed there. Once we got out of there and started making our way further into the cave, when we came to the area we were last in, the signs were pointing like we were moving away from
Mm-hmm.
my perceived destination where I needed to be. So
Yeah.
now,
And you feel like you've learned a life lesson internally that guides you that way.
yeah. So does just swan diving from the edge make sense? I don't know. Maybe it does.
Like Flickerwisp is like, so I'm trying to find some nebulous location in the middle of the Bakabite Hills. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, we generally know where that area was where we first entered, right?
Oh, good. Yeah. You know that it was along the edges of like the Dulandrian cliffs.
Right.
So like you could always just follow the cliffs. It's a very specific geologic formation that occurs.
Yep. But I mean, that's if everybody's down for going there. I mean, that's a personal quest versus the bigger picture stuff.
Is anybody opposed to going there? Sounds like Max is okay with it.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. You all thank, I assume, Baron Veer on the way out, having helped you successfully do some of the goals that you were looking for. Training you, Max, magic items galore. He, as you all leave, mentions that from time to time I might check in on you, Maximilian. I'm interested in where your studies might lead you. You've got raw talent, and I think you might be able to do some interesting things.
Max says, I look forward to that.
Okay, just don't block my scrying.
I don't know how to do that anyway.
I could have taught you. All right. With that, you begin climbing the ropes back up to the airship. Flickerwisp has completely created an outlandish admiral's outfit. He looks like Captain Crunch, basically. It is just like a velvet blue captain's hat that is like plumed and enormous. He looks like he's a Banana Republic warlord, basically, with the number of medals he has all over him.
I would expect nothing less from him.
He's about a minute away from approaching all of you and just saying, like, look at me, I'm the captain now. It's like, are we ready to leave this humid junk pile of a swamp?
I'm gonna pointedly point at him with my finger and say, make it so.
All right. He sits down. No, he kind of points his finger forward and then sits down in the big chair by the wheel, the helm. Okay. So the way this is going to work, Flickerwisp is not an expert of flying this airship. You immediately can tell that. Like, it is. It kind of feels like a teenager learning how to drive like a car for the first time. There's some like very heavy like start and stop. Now that, before all he had to do was kind of take control of the ship while it was already on a vector. Now he's really getting it going and doing various things. Yeah, fly airship as a skill, indeed. So I need a person to roll a 1d100 for each day of travel. And this is going to be like whether shit hits the fans at times.
Can Matt apply any kind of knowledge to assist Flickerwisp, who may be lacking in some knowledges?
For anything that you can apply that is a skill that can assist in a moment, I will reduce the number that's hit by the roll that you make that is equivalent. Okay? So like if there is something that's exactly equivalent to the problem when it occurs, so first you have to know what the problem is about to occur, but then if you have a solution to it, I will reduce down the impact of that.
But no effect on the 1d100.
The effect is whether or not you'll hit a threshold to make that issue go away, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. So who wants to roll a 1d?
All right, I'll do it.
I rolled a 20, so you don't want me rolling it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
36.
Okay. The first day of travel, you guys make good speed. You guys travel a solid. Ooh, that was weird. Sorry. You guys travel a solid amount of distance. Let me just check something here. Yeah. So you get. Nope. you get 40 miles on the first day. So you guys are essentially like over the Cragwild. There is no town to be found. This Cragwild is an endless mix of lowland forest, somewhat tropical to, highland, just temperate forest as far as the eyes can see. There are some spots of little lakes and things that appear at times, but there's just no civilization to spot anywhere. That is day 1. Nothing negative happens. You all rest per normal. The D100 is also covering like potential things that happen in terms of people who might be following you, etc. So day 1 is done, 40 miles. Somebody else roll a 1D100. 40 miles is not very far.
I'll do it.
Okay, even better. You guys do make further progress. Now that Flickerwisp is feeling a little bit more comfortable with 2 days in a row where he's like really understanding how to get this thing going, you guys make much better progress this day. You get another 80 miles of distance. You guys are just cooking. That puts you guys pretty close to Lake Bacchus. I will say, I will pull you to this map. You guys have essentially gotten to somewhere in this approximate zone. It's hard to tell over the Cragwild to navigate anything other than by sun, but you believe you're somewhere in this zone. You've got a pretty long distance to go still, about another 140 miles. But thus far, pretty darn good.
Yeah. Doing good, guys.
Yeah. Max, what is that knowledge geography check for?
Just like looking out at the horizon and trying to triangulate where we are to know where we need to go.
You are above an endless forest. As far as the horizon goes, there is nothing remarkable that you can tell. Like maybe to some extent, you know that you're south of the main like mountains of the Dwarven Highlands, because those are obvious. But other than that, it is very hard to tell where you are.
I was thinking like there's 2 major peaks. Like there's the ones on the west coast and there's the ones on the middle of the island. Can I not see those peaks and kind of figure out like the like compared to like the path the sun travels and the angle of those two where
and that's how you have sort of superimposed that you believe you are right about here, because you're kind of midway between the spans of both those peaks.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. What about Midolfer's general knowledge of this region from growing up?
I think from this position, you never would have been up in the air like this. Like your ability is tracking on the ground, creeks and hills and things like that. So I don't think it's applicable from this height.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hey, how based on where we believe to be, how far away are we from the cave?
Las Sardat is approximately 145 miles away. So, I mean, if you keep up that pace, 2 days away, as long as you don't hit any problems. This thing freaking hauls ass when it's going fast. In the evening, I need somebody to give me, or any of you, a spot check. At some time, you all will have all been up on the deck of this ship. Okay. Midolfir. And Linray, actually. You both spot something unusual. You first think that it's like, maybe it's like a shooting star, but it looks too bright, and it becomes brighter and brighter until eventually.
Like it's moving towards?
Yes. You see.
I, of course, call out, guys, I think something's headed towards us.
Okay.
And then point.
Everybody who was on the deck will have seen this, obviously, once it's been pointed to. And as it approaches, you see kind of a strange spinning glow of light. Here, I'll show it to you. Okay, Finry, noted. You do spot, those of you who got a 20, spot sort of a center of this spinning orb. It is this light glow that is emanating from its center, and then there are these like metal reflections of spinning, ever-shifting forms of like rings. It's not large. It's like maybe the size of a house pet in its physical size, but that size keeps changing frequently. And its light that it emits kind of pulses, and at points it seems like it's getting wider and more expansive, illuminating much farther from its body the closer it gets to the ship.
Max is going to roll 2 checks. One is Knowledge Arcana in case this is a creature or something, and the other is a Spellcraft check in case this is like the effect of a spell of some sort.
Okay. And
Cool with
Finry, Finry, I see what you just got to. Okay. Max, what you are seeing you don't believe to be a magical effect, but you do believe that this is some sort of being. Finry, with that knowledge planes check, you are familiar, I would say, through various means, with beings of the lawful good plane. Archons and various things of that nature. The characteristics of this ring remind you of that from an era in your mind that is deeply buried.
I will say that out loud so that Max too can roll knowledge planes.
Okay. Max, do you wish? Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is the same effective sort of knowledge that you gain. You didn't get any kind of barrier higher. As you all are kind of staring at this strange anomaly, you hear a voice speaking internal to yourselves through some sort of arcane ability emanating from this light. And it says, in a very kind of ethereal tone, "Sky travelers, you who reach close to the veil above where only birds and great beasts venture. I see you all have great importance in your path. We many have watched the good that you have done on these paths and the bad you have done." And Finry, when they mention the bad you have done, you kind of feel this like heat on your cheek, like when you're kind of having like a little bit of a panicky moment. It's reminiscent almost in a good way of your past life, like a warmth, but in your current life it feels not good. But it's fleeting. It goes away. As this thing continues to speak in your heads, it mentions, "Do you know there are many who are seeking you? Do you see them, wizard?" You're free
Max
to respond.
hears this?
Yeah, all of you are hearing this. This thing is talking to all of you.
Does Max know of any that are seeking him?
I mean, it depends on your definition of seeking. You definitely have enemies. You also have family that you left behind, and a lot of you have people who you've left behind who have no idea where you are.
Max says, anybody worthwhile that's looking for me is better off not knowing where I am, and anybody else that's looking for me can just keep looking.
The glowing orb kind of like spins a little bit different in direction, and then it kind of moves a little bit towards Finry. And it goes, "You know who is seeking you, little one."
I mean, I have a short list, but yeah, I mean, it's the Rakasha is still looking for us. Lady Veladrake is still looking for us. I think the Mechanicum people are still like looking for us. That's like my top three. I don't know if you need me to
And the
keep
gnomes.
going. And the gnomes. We've still got at least 2 more gnomes.
You are correct. What you hold in the hands of some of your enemies brings us fear, those of us who watch. It could alter the course of the universe irreversibly. And yet, I am not able to interfere. And you see its like glow widening and approaching your bag of holding, Max. Like its glow is growing. I could but reach out and stop this path. And then it sheds back down to like almost like a candlelight. But I cannot interfere.
All right, Max, what are you
What's
holding,
happening?
dude?
No. What is the thing that is something in the bag of holding being tracked?
You ask this out loud to him?
No, I'm trying to. Max, first he's looking internally. Like, does he think that this is what this means?
You do. You do think that that's what it's implicating, that whatever's following you in your life, it might not be that it's tracking what you're holding, but these things that are watching you, this glowing orb that seemingly has other friends, is saying, like, if those things catch you with something that you're carrying, like, the universe might never be the same.
Oh, okay. So it's not that they're tracking something in the bag, it's that something in the bag is consequential.
Yes.
Okay. Can I look in the bag to see what's glowing?
Sure.
Max goes full, like, head in the bag mode.
Yep. And as you open it, it's obvious, like, he's passed some sort of light onto this object, and it is emitting light now to make it obvious to you that it is, in fact, the crystal of Welltime.
That item has no detail on it, so I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
Only thing you guys have determined from it is, like, you believe it is literally a piece of the universe, somehow made material, and that it, like Baron Veer said, that essentially it carries with it infinite arcane possibility.
Where did we get this thing? Like, what is it?
The stowaway on the ship, the dormant root.
That's what was in the box.
It's in the metal box or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah.
That he was trying to smuggle.
Okay.
I say out loud. So you think we can sell it?
The burning in your cheeks goes from like mildly like flu-like heat, like you're like uncomfortable, to like actually you feel like a hot pan has just touched your cheek.
Only the good people. Only to the best people. I know the best people who would buy it.
Mac takes out 2 very small, thin foil squares, rips them both open, and then double bags that crystal.
Yeah.
Wise of you, wizard. There are beings that are following you. They're watching you as well, just like us. An ancient being who never relents and never forgets.
He's right over there. I point to Flickerwisp.
It's like, what? I didn't do anything. A horrid abomination who has harnessed death and shall sacrifice anything to rectify the injustice she feels she was bestowed. And a syndicate who, by accident, may obtain the very power their ancestors never could.
Max asks the ring, "Can I eat it?"
Yes, but if you do, you could be cut apart and it can be taken out of you because you are just a squishy thing.
I tell it, for future reference, for your knowledge, the answer to that is no.
What is the third thing? So I caught like the dormant root. I caught Veladrake. What was the first thing that was mentioned?
An ancient being who never relents and never forgets.
It's got to be the Rakshasa, right? It has to be.
Or the whatchamacallit? The brain, the fucking mind flayer thing.
Oh, it could be the mind player. Or an elephant.
Well, it wasn't mind flayer. It's like the big
Elder
mind
brain.
flayer. Yeah, the elder brain. Thank you.
Sure.
Hey,
Any of these could be a bad path.
like picture the elder brain in my mind and be like, are you referring to that which we've already cross paths with, trapped below?
It's hard to explain how this is, but somehow the light turns into a shape that is condescending and kind of trying to explain to you like you're 5 years old, and it's like, no, not that. And then it kind of just returns back to the wizards and Flickerwisp and Finray. And it kind of is like questioning Lanray's path in this too, like, quiet one. You might be the one that needs to carry this the most, the one who might not be corrupted by it.
Ooh, we got us a regular old Frodo.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I look at everybody. I was like, he's talking about me.
Mm.
And here we thought you were Legolas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Oh,
Frodo
Frodo
last?
can be Samwise. That's good. That's a good one.
Might be better for everybody.
Are we in immediate danger right now?
The light, less condescendingly now, glows. There are many paths that remain. Ones that you can succeed on, or ones in which you do not. This is a still water. It's hard to tell where the danger lies beneath.
Max interrupts and he says, "Listen, that old creature over there," and he points to Flickerwisp. He says he's like pulled himself out of any kind of adventuring at this point. How about you? Are you into this? Do you want to join our party?
At this moment, he's like, there's no way for us to interfere on this plane, unfortunately. In fact, and you start seeing like its components start disintegrating from the edges inward. Like it's just like a little collapsing tiny star.
Hold on, there wasn't a limited number of questions, was there?
Maybe.
Did I just screw this up? Damn it.
Yeah. You like to bust holes. He's like, I'm about to create a tiny little microcosm of a hole right now, and he's disappearing. You just, as he's like turning into a finite point of light, you hear in your heads, be safe. My time is only brief where I can hold this form. We are here watching. Do not forget the dangers of still water. And it just like collapses into a tiny little supernova.
Max falls to his knees and throws his hands up into the sky and says, "No, come back."
Finry, with that check, I would say that's very appropriate for you to be cynical of like a lawful good presence. Yeah, I mean, you feel like everybody lies for their own motivation.
Does still water spark any recognition as a actual area that we know of?
There's no geographic area that you know of called still water. No.
I only drink sparkling, and my recommendation is we fly over the sea to a dark, deep part of the sea and casually drop this thing off the side of the boat.
Oh, he said, beware the still water. What if the sea is still and different?
Well, that's not still water. It's moving.
It's very moving. Lots of currents.
Still water could
Fine.
also be a metaphor, right? Like maybe he's
It's a
saying
volcano.
don't. Maybe he's saying like don't stay in one place.
Yeah. These asshole planar beings always talking in metaphors.
didn't really do much to help us. Like,
As a GM, I feel that very, very deep in my soul.
Yeah, Landry, you're correct. Like, that was kind of weird and also dickish. She's just making us nervous now. No actual actionable information.
It's like I'm talking
I
to
mean,
a woman in some ways.
To be fair, he did say he can't interfere. So
Yep.
that is true,
although it's also a Schrodinger's effect thing, by even appearing, he's interfering. So whatever.
Yeah, that's true. He has altered. The rest of the night is still darkness, and like you don't see any more glowing things pop up out of nowhere.
Well, that's fortunate.
Yep. You guys gonna continue towards Lost or not?
Unless, based on our interaction with this thing, anybody else has any motivations for going elsewhere.
Like, beneath you see endless forest that seems to be uncivilized, uninhabited. You know that there are dangers, Medolfir, in these forests, monsters and beings. But that generally has also kept away humans and people. Not just humans, but all
Right.
races.
Right. I mean, if there's no other conversation, I say let's continue heading towards Lost or not.
Okay. Thus far, I have received a 1d100 from, I believe, Max and Medolfir.
yeah. Yeah, I can get one going.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. Okay. So this is interesting. On this third day, in this location, as you all are traveling, there is a large clattering noise that is emitted from the engine room. You no longer have the bosun, who was the person who was kind of the engineer of this arcane object. He did show you some of the ropes, Max, at times, and Flickerwisp. Yeah, what are you guys doing about that? You just hear this large, like, sounds like a big kind of banging sound occurring from that room.
I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finry, how are you using a disabled device check?
I'm disabling the badness of whatever.
Okay. Are you actually taking the lead and like going in and trying to just diswire it of some sort?
Of course not. I'm like
Okay,
hanging out
darn.
by the site preparing the parachute. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this thing.
Like, it's going down. That, or you're like staring from behind, like backseat MacGyvering the situation. Like, oh, if you pull that, it'll definitely fix it.
No, that disabled device is to get the parachute off of the little hook that it's on the wall that it's like latched onto.
Gotcha. Yep, got it. Yeah, I mean, the noise is percussive and repeating as like a tick, 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 like very loud.
Nobody checked the oil before we left. Come on, guys.
All right, Max is gonna go open the door, figure it out.
Okay.
What do I need to do?
I'll follow Max in case muscle is needed.
Okay. Max, as you open the door to the engine room,
I die.
There is a strange purple glow that is occurring in this room. I need you to give me a reflex save.
Sweet.
Does Medolfir
I
also need to do a
least-
reflex?
You are behind him, so I will say, as the first person through the door, he is kind of struck by this as he's entering the precipice.
That's my worst
Okay.
saving throw.
Yeah, and you did great. Yeah, with that roll, you do avoid this kind of like sun flare like arc that beams out fully. You don't even have the damage; you fully avoid it, and it leaves like this blackened mark on some of the wood just outside of the door frame. And Medolfir, you look from behind his shoulder over top of Max and see this very strange, like, electrical arcing kind of phenomenon coming from the crystal that was at the center of this engine.
Is this an Arcana thing?
It is. Okay. With that knowledge arcana check, unfortunately, you're like, okay, in this moment, I kind of remember what the bosun said when the engine was working correctly. You would have had to have rolled a higher one to have recalled, like, reset operation. So in this moment, you're not addressing the problem, but you know there is a problem and you don't know how to resolve it.
Okay. I explained that to Medolfir.
Yeah.
And the only other like major magic user that I know is Flickerwisp that's around. So I yell, "Captain!"
And he yells down, "Admiral!"
We only have one ship. You're a captain.
Hey, you don't know how many ships I own back in my own homeland. You like
Okay.
slowly.
Title misunderstanding notwithstanding, we need you to come down here.
He like slowly saunters over. You like can see him down the hallway. He's not moving at any particular pace. And he kind of is going like, did you guys notice that we're going a lot slower all of a sudden? As you recall, Flickerwisp has horrible hearing and horrible sight.
I grab his head and I palm his head from the top and turn his head to look at the crystal in there. That's the problem.
He goes, "Oh shit, close the door." And he like slams the door closed. And he looks at Max and he's like, Max, I don't know how well you recognize that, but that is definitely some wild magic happening in there.
Oh. Can I do a spellcraft check?
You could, yeah. With that, you determine that it is like wildly varying arcane just magic erupting out of that crystal, and it is just ever shifting. Like at any moment you can spot like, oh, I think that was like a flaming sphere that just appeared, and then it's like a moment later you're like, is that like levitation magic? It's just constantly shifting. It's very chaotic in there.
All right, I have an idea, but I need to run it by you.
Okay.
The cloak of the Plane Shepherd, it affects an area around Max, right?
20-foot radius, yep.
If I shift it into like Mechanus, where everything's orderly, nothing is wild.
Yeah.
Do I have any reason to think that might help?
You have never used the device, but you love the scientific method.
He shifts it into mechanics.
Awesome.
Not really saying what he's doing. He's just doing it.
Yeah.
Not stopping anyone else from doing anything. Because this is, I mean, he's got nothing else in his mind that could be helpful. So.
Okay.
You need to sing a different song for each plane.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Mechanus is it's let's see here. It's something by Clockworks. It's something from Clockworks.
or Sweet Dreams. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. I need you to I'm gonna leave this up to fate. I would say that this has a 50-50 chance of being good or bad. I'm going to say above 51 to 100 is going to be bad, and less than 51 is going to be good. So roll me a 1d100, Max.
Fun.
Hell yeah. No pressure. No pressure.
We got this. Solidly
Max.
Where we need it.
Yes. Max, as this sphere of pure, orderly, lawful, planar energy surrounds you, the arcane force within this engine that is spurting wild magic all over, it essentially is like a plane that stalls. Like, it is just like, it's going tack, 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 and then all of a sudden it just goes, and all the wild magic stops. And for a moment, you're like, cool, I guess I like reset it. This seems to have fixed it. And then all of a sudden, you all feel that feeling in your stomachs. That feeling in which you feel like, I feel lighter.
Max,
Are we falling?
You get the sense that the airship is falling.
better jumpstart it.
Okay. So 86 was 84 was bad, is what you're telling me. Okay. All right.
50-50.
Yeah. No, I got it. Max immediate as that begins to happen, he immediately shifts it to like, I don't know, freaking Sylvanas or something. I don't know. No, he shifts it back to the material realm.
I think you can only change it once a day.
What? No.
Let me see.
Hold on.
Requires a full round. So you are okay. Like, you start figuring it out. It does.
Yeah,
you can change it.
6 seconds later, right?
Yep. Flickerwist,
Which is-
meanwhile, is like slapping Manolfir. Like, Manolfir, get the door open and let me see what's going on here. He's like slapping you on the back of the head.
Oh, I thought he was inside with all the rest of them.
No, he had us close the door.
So, as the door opens, Flickerwist is like, yup, all the wild magic's gone, but also all the rest of the magic's gone. And he starts just taking through his various wands. He's like, nope. Max, you got anything? As he's just like searching through various magic capabilities of his.
So I guess at this point Max has shifted it back to the material realm, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Max,
Yeah.
pull the thing. What's it? The time conduit clock.
Oh, shit. All right, Max pulls it out of the bag of holding and does it, I guess. I don't
Reverse time.
Flickerwist
Okay.
is like, oh, you guys still have that? That's fun.
Okay, what do I do?
This will only work once.
I
You know
mean,
that.
we're never selling it, so whatever.
I mean, it's that, or we figure out something very quick, or we die.
There you go.
I mean, how much time
Max
do
pulls
we
it.
think we?
You guys feel like you have. I mean, the airship didn't suddenly start falling. Like, the sails are still holding up some of its force, but the engine was part of its levitation magic. Otherwise, the sails by themselves wouldn't work. So, like, it's like slowly canting downward.
Who's best at sleight of hand?
That's me.
Oh, that's
I
fair.
hand it to you
That's
for you to push the button.
Is there? Okay. Oh. All right. Yeah. Fair enough. You guys use it, so I will mark it. Is that in the bag of
It already removed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the back of
Oh,
the crossed
hold
out.
on. Well, it says 0 out of 1 uses, but I don't know what the reset for that is. So you might want to just remove it from the inventory altogether, unless pieces of it remain afterward. I don't know.
Triggered by outer face. Let me read.
Let me see what the
Yeah, that's what I was
recharge
checking.
is.
There's no recharge. It's a one-time use. What do they
Yeah,
do?
but I think it might.
Yeah, okay. The item is triggered by opening the outer face. So you do that, Finner. You open it up with a standard action. You speak the command word that you know, which is Solon, and an amount of time. So how much time are you reversing this?
I don't know how this thing works. When I say like a day, do I go a day back in time? Like, am I?
The most amount of time you can go backwards is up to 2 hours. So I'll write this.
I thought it's 50 minutes. Oh no, that's if you fail.
Fail yet. So I'll write the full text of it here for reminders. Let me see if that pays.
I think it's already there.
Yeah, I'll just do it in the chat so people don't have to have it open.
Like, turn back enough time so we
No,
can.
the description is in the chat already.
Oh, you're right. It is up above. Yeah. Yeah.
Turn
how
back
many
enough
minutes?
time so we can come investigate this before things started going haywire.
So
Maybe-
So listen, I'm gonna go max. Whatever the maximum amount of time back, I'm gonna go back.
Okay, you're
I
gonna
don't
pick for
think
2
I-
hours.
2 hours.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go back 2 hours, and then I'm gonna go back to Max, and I'm gonna the person Max. I'm gonna get Max, and I'm gonna say we need to go. The magic here is bad. Don't use your cloak. You already screwed it up, and I had to use the clock.
Okay, just in case people forget what happens, you're like reinstilling that in them.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
am I the only one going back? Is this like a whole regression type situation, or like what are
Based on the identify you did on it before, you believe everything within 400 feet goes backwards in time from emanating from the point of the clock, which would be
With
the full
memory?
ship. You're about to find out. Upon using the
Oh.
device, it's expended forever. So the clock itself like starts unwinding as time starts reversing. So the hands start going backwards, and it just starts exploding out, much like just a mechanism that was under a lot of springs that just all the springs pop out all at once. So with that sleight of hand check, you only needed a DC 20 for exact success. So you land yourself nice exactly 2 hours before in this moment. Still in the same position, however. You guys didn't move. The ship itself also went backwards, but you all stay in the same place in the engine room. If you were to observe this from the outside of the ship, the world itself is like reversing backwards, but everything on the ship is like in this like little time bubble where you guys are just kind of watching it happen.
the whole ship is on a time bubble? You know, like that's
The whole ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like extra air around the ship. Maybe like a bird that also gets pulled in with you guys. Okay.
So what we need to do is we need to be careful as we go back to the future.
All of you have an int score of greater than 2, although some of you just barely. And
Hey, now.
So pets and things won't understand what just happened. Well, most of them. But yes, you all are aware you just transported through time, and you remember everything because you remember that you transported through time.
Max and Flickerwist, go look at the engine, find out what's wrong with it before it breaks again.
Max looks at it.
Okay, Max, now you see this engine that is repaired back. It has reverted into its status 2 hours previous. So right now the ship is just kind of levitating in operating form as you all stare at the engine room. And Max, what you determine is that Flickerwisp is pushing this arcane force too much. Those 80 miles you guys were picking up each day, evidently if he was an expert admiral, he would know to not try to push it consistently that much every day.
You are driving this gremlin like it's a Lamborghini.
Even though you guys have solved that problem, there seems to be some like need to reset it. And right now, it is still kind of wobbling the ship. And Flickerwisp is like has returned to the helm. He runs back down. He's like, I can't seem to get a control of the handles right now, so I think we need to set it down just to be safe, so that we don't all die in 2 hours.
So the mechanism didn't. So hold on. The mechanism, whatever was wrong with the engine, did reverse, but even in that 2 hours ago, it was still
Correct.
problematic. Okay.
Just
got it.
nobody noticed it because you guys were projecting so fast that like the little wobbles were not an issue. But yes, in this moment, he's like, yeah, I think we need to land this thing and reset it for a longer break so that we don't all die in 2
Max just sort of starts blowing on it to try to cool it down.
I feel like if the Circle Boy really cared about us, he would have told us we were going too fast. He can't.
Mhm.
We can't.
I mean,
run-
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
God.
lawful
He's
good
not
my ass.
omniscient. Okay, noted.
Maybe it
So
was
are-
all a ruse so he could sabotage the engine. under the guise of
That's
being some holy messenger.
Yeah. Flickerwisp is like, I'm going to go set this down now. Jameson's just like, I can levitate, so I wasn't going to die. And I guess you all
Okay.
weren't going to die.
Okay, K2SO.
I mean, I could levitate like 5 people also. So only like maybe one of us was going to die.
I'm gonna lean in and whisper. If that scenario ever happens, Flickerwisp is the odd one out.
I'm going to need to roll to see if he hears that. No, he does not. His hearing is awful.
Sweet.
Oh, as soon as you say I can levitate, I'm gonna say, and I can jump on your back.
That's true. Okay. The ship begins to meander downward into the endless forest. You guys have made it backwards 2 hours. The entire world rotated backwards, a la Superman 4. So, like, you know, you're back a couple hours backwards in your travel right now. As it,
Prior to, or after having our encounter with the glowy time spiral.
This would be after, because that happened like in the evening, and then this occurred like the next day was this travel period that you guys failed to roll on. Flickerwisp kind of calls out like, I see a bit of a clearing with some water that looks large enough that we can kind of get on top of some trees and just nestle in. Any objections?
Do we have like a little lake or a river? Like, could you put it down in the water?
I guess I could land it in the water. It doesn't look much bigger than the airship, but yeah, I can do that. Should I do that?
We didn't have any hull damage before, did we? Like, it's still water safe,
Okay.
or
Yeah, I think you guys tried testing it a couple times at that sensor house and found out that yes, it is buoyant and water safe. Okay.
I just think the water will do less damage than a tree. I didn't think about buoyancy. I just didn't want to like set it down on a tree and all of a sudden have a tree coming into the boat.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I will avoid trees. Noted. And sets it down accordingly into a little patch of water. So, you guys are finding yourselves surrounded by water on the deck of this airship. As you were coming down, you noticed some what appeared to be maybe man-made things. Like things that didn't look natural in their shape.
Like structure?
Yeah, structure.
like in the water or near the coast where the water is?
You're not in a coast. This is literally like a cow pond sized piece of water that is just about the size of the airship. But yes, nearby in like the woods, there was a bit of a clearing in the woods that you saw that you thought you saw some things that had right angles and clearly were man-made.
It's probably time to explore, fellas.
Mm-hmm. As you spot out, you get the sense that you do see it from the deck of this ship that is hovering just, I mean, it's not hovering, but it's like half in the water. It's not fully submersing itself. So you guys are pretty high up on this deck, about at canopy level and able to see. I'll show you what you see.
I really want someone to come by to see like a full-on ship sitting in like a little pond, and then to like look at us and be like, how did you get here? And that's a beautiful scene.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
I mean, you're in the middle of the Cragwild, so it would be probably a gnomish person that would find you in these places. What you see, however, doesn't look like it's a thing that has been occupied for a very long time. You see like stone ruins to your north. Everything on this map is pretty far apart. You know, it's about like 80 feet away through this thin layer of trees to your north. But it clearly is man-made, like an old settlement.
Yeah, I'm gonna like drop a rope and just go scouting around the area.
Okay.
Search
Same.
pretty well. Yeah.
I'm joining
You're
you.
gonna stay together or split up?
I'm probably gonna split up. I'll probably
How about this,
be here.
GM? We're gonna do the 1990s Bulls defense.
Triangle
Yeah,
offense? you mean?
the offense. Yeah, the triangle offense. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Which way are each of you going? So, Finry, you were first. So, which place are you exploring?
And I'm gonna hide while I do it. I'm gonna try to be sneaky.
To which part of it?
The ruins north.
Okay, got it.
Whatever that is northeast of us.
Let me put you somewhere. So,
I say the rest of us, but far enough away that like, if shit goes down, we're not super far away, but not close enough that we ruin his ability to do what he's doing.
okay, so you guys are like from the tree line potentially.
What happened to Neiman's? What happened to the token? It just went off the bottom of the map.
Yes, I'm moving all of you. Give me 1 second.
I just watched the token slowly move south.
He's listing south.
I mean, that's on point for him hiding. So
Yeah.
You all are also traveling southward.
Oh, I see. Okay. So this is the zoom in of the ruins?
Yes.
Okay.
You
gotcha.
all are kind of like from the tree line, I take it, of the south, since you guys came from the airship.
The ship's over here.
yeah, I was about to say, so shouldn't we be at the bottom? Yeah.
Yeah. And Finry, you said you were going to be hiding. Do you see an object of which you wish to be hiding and moving silently around?
The air? I don't know. I mean, I am not gonna roll in like a normal person. I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna be doing this sneaky wise.
So the rest of you from the tree line observe basically the Emperor's New Groove scene with, was it Gronk? What was that guy's name?
Yeah, he's tiptoeing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Max, his ever burning twig, he kind of just palms it so that no light comes from it.
Okay, good. I mean, it's somewhat daylight. The forest is dark around here, but it's still daytime. Modolfir, as you listen, you mostly hear Finry kind of humming the secret hiding tune to himself. Not really, though.
Silent. Come on.
Yes. Move silent, yes. Finry, as you move around, and as the rest follow you, you get the sense that this is long abandoned. I mean, there are remnants potentially that people used to live here or use this thing. It doesn't seem like it was a house, honestly. The architecture's kind of weird with it. It doesn't seem like gnomish architecture. Is something that all of you pick up in this moment. It doesn't seem like it should be in the Cragwild. Okay, that's a good search check. I'll follow up on that.
Does this remind me of anything like any group of people that our tribe would have interacted with? I mean, it's obviously not orcish architecture, right? So,
do you have any kind of knowledge skills? If not, that would take like an intelligence.
Yeah,
I would allow a wisdom check or an intelligence in your case.
Same. Actually, wisdom's a little better of a bonus in the fact that there's no negative to it. So
yeah, okay.
Oh,
Lanray,
okay.
anything you're thinking when you're watching this, Lanray?
I'm just not really, given that Lanray doesn't really have too much of a sense of this particular land, but he's definitely on the lookout for just hearing that it's an odd thing to see here. So
yeah,
makes him on alert.
Throw me a spot check in there as well. Okay, all of you had pretty horrible checks other than the search check. Max, your history check is like, this architecture makes no sense here. This is Bohemian architecture. Why is it in the Cragwild? You also kind of noted that some of the construction techniques that you see from this distance, the way that the stones are like chipped in their corners to hold together by gravity, reminds you of stuff you saw in Great Endure, which is Bakobite. Search, however, so you guys are like confused as hell as to what the hell this thing is. It doesn't look like a house or anything. But the search that Finri is doing from up close. Finri, you spot a symbol on one of the rocks that is crudely crafted into like one of the rocks that is part of the wall that is remaining. And then as you continue to search on that same wall, on the other side, you find a loose stone, kind of part of like this ceremonial space right here, that is different, much less crude, and it looks like this.
That's from a video game, I swear. Okay. I'm gonna tell Max to come over and be like, what does this do? What is this symbol of?
Okay.
And I'm gonna look to see if there's like a secret hidden lever.
Mm-hmm.
Max says, "Oh, this must have been a Quake arena."
Landry, as you spot around, you feel comfortable that there is nothing moving in these woods other than this few birds and squirrels. Like, you don't think there's any dangers around, and this is pretty open in the middle. Like, you would see dangers coming.
Got it.
But in all seriousness, is there a check I could do to see if I can figure out this symbol?
You could. That symbol
Is
or
it a
the
history
other.
thing, or is it a nobility thing?
I would say nobility would be the most applicable.
Okay.
Okay. And Manolfi, are you also walking?
That's a nat
various
20,
symbols?
by the way.
Nice.
Not that
I'm offering anyone to use a lens of detection.
Okay.
Because good bonus on any search checks.
Okay. But are you walking up to look at the symbols?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to put you all sort of up here. Landray, are you staying behind to continue spotting and watching the clearing?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of just patrol like the clearing area.
Okay. Cool.
Ac-
Yeah, position
Actually,
yourself where you want.
GM, just a slight rock on before we execute set actions. As we're coming into this area, walking in, Lodofer wants to do a survival check on the general state of the area, see if he can see any tracks.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that as you kind of slowly approach. Good.
Hey, I just noticed we have a goggles of Detect Eagle in this bag. Shouldn't one of us always be wearing that?
Do you want to put it on? Who has an open eye slot?
I mean, look, I'm not going to say no to goggles because I feel like that would really vibe with my Sky Pirate vibe.
Yeah. Does anybody object?
Sounds like you just volunteered.
Yeah.
Is it? Hold on. So the item says slotless. Is that accurate?
No, it should be eyes. Yeah, that's misattributed.
I'm gonna, on that survival check, I'm gonna use the lens of detection on that, so it's +5, so my result is 23.
Okay. Finri, do you want me to move that object to you?
Yeah, I don't know how. Is this drag and drop? What do I do?
Yeah, it's drag drop, but I got it. It's good.
Did somebody already take the ring of sustenance as well?
Oh, I should do that if you're going to give it to me.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I already put it in the bag of holding for you to take. Yeah.
I got to put stuff in the bag of holding, but I got to remember how to do that.
It's dragging. Yeah. The only thing with the dragging is that it doesn't delete it from the source. So after you drag it, you got to delete it from your inventory.
So, the Ring of Sustenance takes a week to attune to, just as a heads up. But the goggles are instantaneous. Are you putting them on right now?
Oh, I would have, yeah, sure. I would have done this before we left. Both of these.
Okay. You pop them on. They're kind of above your head, and then you just kind of slide them down. As you do, you all of a sudden, walking around in this ruins, the visage that you see around you is like, as soon as you put the goggles on, it's like you're in a different world. Like imagine the upside down kind of situation where you pop the goggles on and suddenly like all the rocks have an ominous air about them. There's a strange mist that is surrounding, and all of the strange energy that you're seeking is coming from the symbol rock that looks like the Quake symbol. Copyright not infringed.
I let everybody else know what's going on. I'm gonna say we got problems,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say this symbol is bad. It's evil, and the area here, whatever, the whole area is evil.
Okay.
I'm gonna like become weary and then like get away from the Quake symbol.
Okay. Do the others? Did the rest of you also back away from the Quake symbol?
Yeah, I mean, if he says they're bad, they're really bad. So,
Okay.
did my track pick anything up, by the way?
Yes, with that 18, you pick up a very strange track. Now you don't have Varg with you, who helps with this, but
Yeah,
with
23,
the bonus,
by the way.
Yep, with that bonus, you do get 23. You do pick up on something very strange. The grass and the cobblestones and everything around you right here are dry. It does not seem like it has rained in a while here. And yet, you pick up the slightest faint, almost like women's shoes as a print in some of this grass. And it's like muddy for some reason, but it like everything around it is not muddy. It's dry soil. You like feel the soil and you're like, that's strange. Only this spot where the footsteps are muddy. And you kind of track them. Sometimes they step on the cobblestones and you lose it. Other times when it's in the grassy, muddy area, you find it again. They generally are tracking to the north and east.
Inform everybody.
Okay. And lastly, back to the symbol, because there were two. There was another symbol. Modolfir, as you approach, you immediately see it from pretty far away. It is the Wolfenveer symbol for danger.
I immediately go into an attack stance.
Okay.
Everybody, this is a dangerous area.
There is one more thing, Finri, that you pick up as a combination of wearing the goggles and the search, which is that the symbol, which previously looked almost like it was a different color, like somebody had really ornately carved into this stone, and the stone must have had some sort of iron deposits in it, and it rusted. Now with the goggles on, you notice that rust color is kind of got a sheen to it. And as you watch it, there's like this little droplet, like a microscopic little reddish liquid squeezes out from a pore of the rock, an imperceivable pore, and just like kind of coats the surrounding area where it just came out. Just a little like thumbnail sized patch gets a little glistening coating of this reddish copper liquid.
What was the result of the knowledge nobility check? Like, is this symbol associated with anything?
That symbol from the nobility check. You recall symbols from your cryptography and symbols class back at the college, Arcanum, Platinum. That this symbol, this symbology, is that of those, like the crescent with this symbol in the center, is one that is of those who are marked. Those who are marked for purposes out of their control. It is a marking of the master, and it is often attributed to beings that have been inflicted with a disease or curse of the soul. I'll say that you vaguely understand that it could be like lycanthropy, vampirism, all of those things kind of fall under this disease of the soul. Modolfir.
I think this used to be a Republican campaign location.
Modolfir, as you examine the ground specifically, you notice one other thing. In this patch where there are no footsteps, closest to the rock, even though you've kind of backed away, you notice like the ground is wet under the rock a little bit. Like there's just this slight puddle underneath the rock. Do you wish to go touch it?
Sword tip.
Sword tip to it. As you push your sword tip into the clearly wet, mossy covered soil at the base of this rock, a little bit of water starts bubbling up, and to you it looks kind of like gross, muddy water. To Finri, it looks like the bloodletting of, like, from The Shining. Like, it is just like blood pouring out of the soil underneath this rock. To you,
I
Finri.
will tell Modalfear, I see blood coming out of the soil there. That's not good news, brother. And I'm going to continue to hide.
Back away.
Through the sending stone, you get a message like, did you guys find any like berries or rabbits for food? Over.
We
I don't
found
know
an
where this
ancient
is.
curse. Over.
What'd you say? Sorry.
He said we found an ancient curse. Yeah.
Over. Yeah.
Oh,
No, don't say over, and then we wait a few seconds. You have to say over. Over.
Yeah, please say over when you say ancient curse. Please over. Okay. You want to do some more exploring?
So, do I need to move away? Like, am I in the hot spot? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean the rock
Get away
is
from the puddle.
essentially. The rock is kind of like at the base right here, so like. You can
Okay,
move
yeah.
more.
So yeah, Max is he's moving over here.
Okay. And Fenrir, are you perched like on the window like I show you right now?
Where is this water thing?
The water is coming from literally the base of the stone, this like strange stone with the symbol on it, out of the ground, like a little aquifer artesian well of blood.
Now you say the footsteps generally go off this way,
Uh-huh.
north and
Yeah.
east.
Yeah. And
Do
they're
they
wet,
look like
but
they're heading?
heading.
Do they look like they're heading towards like these stairs or like in between these structures?
In between the structures. Once it hits like a man-made structure, you lose track of the steps, but generally they are not going on the structures. They're going in the grass.
Oh crap! I don't want to be in there.
Mhm.
I want to go around this. Is this like a depression in the ground here, or is it raised?
Great question. This seems to be like an old fountain that is just like not operating anymore. Like whatever this used to be seems to no longer be. And this used to be like a little decorative fountain at the center that's not really operating. You see like a lever at its base if you want to pull it to see what happens, but otherwise, yeah, it's not operating.
Not today, Satan. Not today. Another question.
Uh-huh.
Question. If this were blood, right? If there was like a large amount of blood in this area and it was wet and flowing, there would be that coppery smell in the air. Do I smell like there's blood in the air?
There is a dankness to the air here that feels stale and unnerving. Like if a smell could be unnerving, it's just like this. It's a smell that you remember from like battles and things.
Okay.
But is
Okay.
it a smell of blood? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me look at something.
Okay.
Y'all do
Mhm.
your stuff things. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna invoke my detect magic
Okay.
and look around as I step across the cobblestones to here and just generally look this way. Look
Okay.
north.
Yeah.
I get 60
so-
feet.
Hold 1 second. I need to find. Okay. Okay. As you do get a sense that there is a aura emitting from the centered on this rock. Okay.
The one you already marked.
Yes, that symbol rock. There's like an aura emitting, and it's got funky colors, and you're not sure what any of the colors mean. Sometimes you kind of describe them to Max and tries to help you walk through it. Are you doing that again?
I'm just scanning everything.
Okay. Yeah, other than the rock.
I've got a minute.
Other than the rock, there's nothing else giving off an aura, but what the rock is giving off is like an aura that's pretty apparent, and it's ongoing. It's not like it's a faint, like magic was done here. This is ongoing magic.
Now, are you talking the rock with the quake symbol or the rock with the Wolfenveer symbol?
No, the one with the quake symbol. There's nothing coming off the Wolfenveer symbol.
And then through detect magic or otherwise, just anywhere else around here, do I see any other like Wolfenveer inspired symbols on anything?
No, not in a quick, like mundane take 10 kind of check way. No. And Finnery did a very high search check, so you believe that's all that's found.
Now, was that symbol on the inside or the outside of this?
It was kind of like on the corner right here, just carved into the stone crudely.
As if to be viewed coming into this area from the west?
Yeah.
Or viewed going out of it?
Either way, I mean, it was placed on the west. You could see it coming in.
You could see it by. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, what are you guys doing with this? Flickerwisp was like, "Oh, okay, ancient curse, cool, great time to have our ship stuck for a bit."
So I'm just going to explain to everybody, with the tracking, it looks like there's a slight footsteps, maybe of a female heading out of this area to the north. And oddly enough, wherever they step is moist, even though the rest of the ground around it is dry.
Max comes up behind Rodolphir and he says, "Oh, good, a blood dryad."
Yeah, could be.
He's just making that up. I have no idea if that's a thing.
No.
Hey, so look at one of the footsteps.
Okay.
And see if I can determine through tracking. Is that footstep area wet due to liquid from whatever stepped on it falling into the ground, or from liquid below the ground being brought up to the surface from the pressure of the step?
You don't think there's any way it's coming from the ground. In fact, other than that weird well that's happening under the rock, it doesn't feel like it's possible that this soil has any water in it. It's dry and crispy and unrained upon. So, it seems like the footstep deposited the water.
And is there any color to the moisture or what's making it wet there? Is there any tint to it?
That color is not dirty copper like the rest of it. And Finry, you do not perceive like a bloody footprint. It just seems like water there.
I'm going to get right down on it and sniff the footprint. Are there any particular smells coming off of it?
No.
Okay.
Seemingly just a footstep.
I'm going to stand back up and salvage what's left of my dignity.
Okay. Yeah. Max, you hear nothing. It's just a nice, pleasant time in the woods.
Max barely hears Rodolphir.
Do we follow?
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
I mean,
I will go wherever.
How long? So is Flickerwisp currently working on fixing the ship? Is that right, or the engine?
Yeah, Flickerwisp was like, "I'm freaking working on it as fast as I can. I think I figured out something. I think I can imbue. Just let me handle it. I need a couple hours, and we can get out of this place. Don't die from vampires or ancient curses."
Jameson is with him, right?
Yeah, Jameson's with him.
Okay.
Is there a chance, Medolfir, Max says to you, that this track is going directly the opposite direction from our ship in order to separate us from the ship? You know what I mean?
Like a trap?
It is a wise tactic.
Like,
But it would
it's
be-
trying to draw us away in order so that they can go after the ship. You know?
If that were the case, that is a pack tactic, which means if this isn't enemy, there are others already in between us and the ship.
Can we message Jameson and say, keep an eye out? There might be some sort of ridiculousness happening here.
Okay. He's standing next to Flickerwist so that they can both use the sending stone. He's like, I'm on it, Max. I will try to think of some ways to protect us, specifically from evil beings, if that's what you think is out there.
About how far away from this clearing is the ship? About 100, 150 feet?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the sails. It's not far at all. 100 feet or so, yeah.
So just past the map, basically.
Yeah, just past the map, you can start seeing parts of the ship, yep.
I want to kind of walk down into this area and
Sure.
and look for any other tracks here.
Yeah, the tracks, you can certainly try with a new check if you want, since this is a new area.
Using the crystal, so +5.
Sure. As you look, you feel confident that the tracks are not found on the southern part. You do not see those wet steps. You see like a track of maybe some sort of wild animal, maybe, but you don't see anything human footsteps.
So I picked up the tracks roughly around here. Can I follow them back to see where they came from without going too far?
Okay, yeah, they kind of wander to about this point on the map.
So nothing. No. So that's where they're headed, right?
Yeah, they don't extend any further south than that. They just go to the stone, basically.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, there's a
Again,
couple
here?
here and there. There's a couple here and there around this circular object, like here and here. But generally, the main path of steps that you see is this direction.
where is the lever in relation to the fountain?
Pretty close to one of those footsteps, right about there.
So like I'm standing on the edge that would be closest to the lever, right? So like the lever would be like about here.
No, lever's here. I drew it on the map.
Oh, I see you doing it. Okay. Standing by it. Any tracks by it?
Yeah, you see like what appears to be 2 feet that were standing at this lever. And you notice that they're a little bit more dug in the other footsteps around here. Also wet.
Is there a path leading out from this area for that set of prints?
Kind of. They head towards Max, and once it hits these kind of cobblestones, it's much harder to track. So potentially.
Medolfir's not walking here. I'm just moving here to indicate. At the top of these steps, is that just open to brush like it appears to be here? Or is there something?
Yeah, there's trees up ahead of it, but it is somewhat open. It just kind of is a staircase that leads to nothing for some reason. If you climbed it, you might be able to get a decent look. You could also climb this structure to get a decent look around. Do you wish to?
Man, that's a good idea. I'm going to climb up. This looks like the tallest post here, right?
Yeah, you can climb up that.
Yeah. I'm going to
Okay.
put my sword on my back and spit on my hands and get to climbing.
Okay. It's pretty easy. I mean, these have very thick joints, just like most Bakabite construction, so you're able to get a handhold pretty easily and climb up that. You're quite used to climbing Bakabite buildings. Yeah, when you get to the top, I would say from your past checks, you do see, that there is another clearing to your north that you recalled seeing from the airship, and some water, like a pool of some sort, and also a little bit of like a ravine into some hills to the north. The elevation rises a bit to the north. You do not see any other structures up there. What you see from where you're standing appears like there's nothing standing out as man-made. Certainly not like a building or ruins of a building.
I'm just going to keep scanning the horizon here for a bit while everybody else looks around or does whatever.
Okay.
I want to watch for movement. I want to see if I spot any humanoid or large creature movement.
I'll say in the time that you're watching, it's pretty still. So I'll switch to other folks while you're staring down, but it is like eerily still in these woods. What are others doing while Midolfir's kind of like trying to perch and figure out stuff? Is anybody pushing to go back to the airship? Yeah.
Are we all still?
I think I'll kind of keep watch on Midolfir at least a little bit, and kind of try to help him if he's trying to do any more sort of tracking type things or anything like that. So
is Midolfir tracking in this direction?
I mean, generally,
no, I'm on top of the. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm just kind of scanning the horizon. Right from to our north, just looking for any movements or anything.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's pretty set on the fact that there are footsteps ahead to the north. He's determined that. What that means, you guys haven't investigated.
Can Max go up these steps?
Sure.
And
you go up the steps.
Sort of look around.
You look around. You're sort of like much higher up in the canopy. The canopy does block some of it, but from up here, the trees are actually thinned out in this particular vicinity. You see that there is a small waterway to the north as well. I mean, you get the sense that there is a clearing to the north, and that there is this cobblestone path, specifically from this staircase. You notice that this path that is around this ruins, it continues to the north through the woods, like some old overgrown pathway that used to occur there. Yep.
Does it seem to be parallel to the line that Midolfir was kind of pointing at that indicated the
it's more circuitous than a straight shot. Like Midolfir's path seems to be a very straight directional path, whereas that one is windy.
All right. Max comes back down and kind of whispers that to Midolfir.
Mm-hmm.
Like a stage whisper.
Sure.
I hold a thumbs up. Oh man, I really want to follow, but Max's advice is sound. I'm gonna climb down.
Okay.
And I want to go as direct a line from here back to the ship through the wooded area, kind of tracking and keeping, like, just watching for any kind of movement.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you guys can give me another spot check here in your paranoia. The space is very still, so like any movement here would suddenly just spidey sense all of you guys, because you're all on edge, obviously aware of this not being a great place. So even though those are really crappy rolls, you still feel like you are hypersensitive right now to movement and sounds, and you don't feel like there's anything moving or you're hearing anything right now.
So is Midolfir's an 18?
Yes.
18, yeah. Yep.
I'm just kind of.
There is a fog in this vicinity, like it. It doesn't feel like an arcane fog. You didn't pick up on anything, Midolfir, in terms of it being an arcane fog before. But it's it's kind of a damp space, and even though there's no rain and the soil is not damp, like the air feels damp.
I don't like it. I don't want to pursue and leave the ship unguarded.
Jameson just like comes over and is like, I mean, if you guys are feeling a little uncomfortable, maybe head back to the ship. Safety in numbers.
Everybody?
Yeah, I guess we might as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You head back toward the ship. You note the sort of ropes dangling down still. Jameson is at the top of them, and he's like, don't worry, I watched them the whole time. That's been my primary focus, to make sure nobody tries to do anything with us on the ship. And it's like a 20-foot climb to go up these ropes to get onto the actual deck. Nobody's really figured out how to open the cargo hold yet. You guys haven't investigated that yet.
There's a cargo hold? No.
Yeah. Yeah, Max, you don't have to show off your horrible athleticism with the assistance of others. Like, you guys are able to make it up the ropes without checks. But noted, yours was particularly laughable.
When I get back up to the deck, I'm gonna stay, kind of take up a sentry position along the deck, scanning northward. You know what? Just kind of head on a swivel all around, but particularly, concentrating my time watching to this area where this ruins, in the direction of the ruins.
Okay. The ruins or the clearing that you saw to the north of the ruins?
Am I high enough on the deck from the ship vantage to see both?
Definitely if you climb the mast, you would be able to see both.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to climb up the mast.
Okay.
I'm going to get up in the crow's nest.
I will give the party a view here. I think you guys should be able to see it if I move the party token. Adolphir, you first spot that same trail that you saw that runs parallel.
Okay.
I don't know if you all see it now on the right side of this image.
Yeah.
You do. Hold on. Let me move this.
Yeah, I can't see it at the moment.
No?
You have to drag it over. You have to drag the scene, right click and drag over into the upper right.
Yeah, just kind of zoom out until you start seeing other stuff highlighted up.
No, as long as our token is in that section is the only one we're seeing.
Oh, okay.
My token is still in that other section, but I'm zoomed out and I can see the opened up area that GM's revealed.
Yeah, I thought the party token allows you to see it. That's okay.
all
I'll show
black
you guys.
Yeah.
Let me show all y'all. So this is.
I see it now.
Henry. Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So yeah, you see this kind of pathway that meanders through the trees, Adolphir, and I'll say you're describing it enough that they are understanding what you're showing. Oh, sorry, Max, I didn't move you. So you ended up seeing it without being moved then, Max, huh?
I hit Control A to select all tokens that I can select.
Okay, good. That's how
Yeah.
you get the party token to do it. Okay, so good. I don't have to do it again. And then Adolphir, as you stare off towards even further away, you see. Please hold and zoom out for Control A.
Oh.
You see now from this height that it's clearly like this little ravine that is formed to the north. And there is like this pool of water. And from this height, you get the sense that there are things that are built by man in this ravine. All of you use Control A, and you should be able to see in the upper right corner now this image. So you get the sense that indeed there is something strange up over in that ravine.
I'm going to yell down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to yell down. Flickerwisp, how long do you think it's going to take for you to fix whatever's broken?
As you yell that out, you're yelling it out loud because are you using the sending stone or yelling it?
I don't have the sending stone. I'm gonna
Okay.
look down so that my voice projects down.
Yeah. Stage whisper. Yeah, he's like, as you say that, you hear like a like the something is moving in the engine room again. And over the sending stone, he's like, I think I've figured it out now. So that won't happen again. Promise.
I've just got the picture of the scene of Han trying to hotwire the door in Return of the Jedi,
Yep.
and he says, "I think I got it," and then it closes the blast doors on him. Further
Hold on a
reinforcing.
minute. Yep. No, but instead of that, this time it does seem like the engine room is operating, and the buoyancy on the water starts to lighten, and you start noticing that like the wet line, the water line on the sides of the ship is higher than where it is in the water right now. So it is lifted off subtly from the water.
I guess start climbing my way down to the deck.
Okay. As you return to the deck, I'm going to ask for a 1d20 from all of you. Just a blanket. Here you go, 1d20. Okay. This is what we call a hidden roll. The player does not know what they are rolling for. Dramatic irony.
So the first Modulfer was me typing in the roll command before you put the D20 button on there. The second one was the D20 button.
Okay, I'll just take the first one. No worries.
Right.
And I think Finnery might be asleep. I'll roll this for him. This is Finnery's. Oops. Okay. With that, we'll close session for tonight. You don't have any idea what that is. I just need to know that number for each of you. You guys are back on the ship, and the engine is operating, and it feels like you guys can start going.
Interesting.
Woohoo!
All right, guys. Good session. It was good to do this again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, man.
Glad
Absolutely.
to get back into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Send me whatever that magic list stuff that you guys want, and I'll figure out the retcon for it.
Cool.
All right,
Cool.
guys.
And yep. Have a good evening.